Question on concessions. The scenario: Red Devil is a business which manufactures and sells a range of mobile phones and accessories. The business has produced an exciting new model called RD6. As part of its marketing strategy, Red Devil has decided to sell its new mobile phone through a number of in-store concessions across a wide range of different retailers. Red Devil aims to increase sales and market share in the UK mobile phone market. A 2 and 4 mark question. Part 1. Describe the term concessions. That's 2 points. Part 2. Explain 2 benefits to Red Devil of choosing in-store concessions as a method to increase sales and market share. Well, let's break the question down. Let's deal with the first part. Describe the term concessions. Let's make sure we know what the exam command words are. So describe is state the points of a concession and give the characteristics and the main features. So let's look at how we do that. As always, here's the exam board's structure for your response to this question. So it starts off with in 2 parts. The first part we need to look at the basic description. Now the next part, normally we say it is the development, but here it's actually been quite specific. It's saying a clear description. So it's a clear description in relation to the in-store concessions, and you're allowed to put in an example here if you need to. So that's what we need to do. Let's now start building how we do it. So first of all, the basic description. Well, it can be a stand like you can see on the left, or it can be a whole area like you can see on the right. So now we've got the basic description done, let's look at how we develop this and add a clear description. Well, you can have manned and unmanned concessions. Now that doesn't mean the gender or gender of the staff, it means whether it's got staff or no staff, whether it is a stand like the card stand that you can see on the left, or whether you've got staff like the Vision Express you can see on the right. And then you need to think of the cost. There is a cost to running a concession. It might not be rent for the whole building, but it's obviously rent for something. It's rent for where the stand is or where the area is. But who would they pay the rent to? Who basically owns the floor? And then if they're not paying the rent, they might have made an arrangement that they pay a percentage of what they make to, who is it again that they pay that percentage to? Percentage of what they make, what's that word we call it again? And let's not forget that to put your developed sentences to get to the clear description, you are going to need some high value connectives. And after the second part of the question, we need to also here look at the command words. So here we're looking at the command word explain. So that's asking you to look in close detail and establish the key facts and important issues around the 2 benefits to Red Devil of choosing an in-store concession so that they can increase their sales and market share. So just to go over that again, you need to talk about the benefits of a concession, and having a concession helps the Red Devil increase sales by. Red Devil having a concession will increase their market share by. You've got to link the concession and that last bit of the benefits as well. So here's the structure advised by the exam board, and like before, you start off with the simple basic level, which is asking you to comment on the appropriate benefits, and that's for 2 marks, 2 benefits, 2 points. And then you've got to develop that further and obviously link that to the sales and market share, because that's why Red Devil are choosing the in-store concession. So we're going to start with the green block, the simple statement, the benefit, but this time we're going to take each benefit, and because we've got to look at taking it up to a clear description, that clear development, we're going to take the simple benefit, develop each one, and then we go on to the second one. First of all, then we're going to look at that having a concession, whatever type of the concession, a manned or unmanned concession, you can look at it in terms of target customers. So let's have a look at what targeting customers means. Now, targeting customers with a concession means you can choose obviously where you want to have the concession. If you want to target by gender, then you are looking probably at the male or female. You might want to look at male orientated shops, female orientated shops. If we're looking at those two genders, we can look at other demographic profiles, things like age, things like family status. All of these things are part of demographics. You can also look in for targeting in terms of geographic areas, whether you're looking at having your concession in a city or maybe in a suburban, in a country area, or in an out-of-town retail area, out-of-town retail park, that is. So that's given you a way to take the green statement, basic statement of a benefit, and then how to develop it. So our next one we can look at is increasing awareness of the Red Devil mobile phones. Now, in order to increase awareness, to develop that, you're looking at promoting the brand. So it could just be raising awareness of the brand, and by putting it in concessions and in those geographic areas and for a particular demographic group, you're looking at raising the number of potential customers, because depending on where you've got it, for high footfall as well. Another big benefit of having an in-store concession is going to increase sales and market share, because you would have cheaper costs. If you bring your costs down, then you've got more money going towards your sales, so more money going to your profit, and then you can actually use that to spend on advertising. So you've got the cheaper costs, and that gives yourself a bigger budget, and then with the bigger budget you can then have ways to spend on promoting. But let's not forget, you're also going to be in a place where you benefit from that larger stores marketing and promoting as well, because they again bring in footfall. Well, finally, as we've just clocked up the cheaper marketing, cheaper rent, cheaper promoting, therefore you can increase your sales because you're benefiting from the host footfall and the host promotions. And if you've got more of a budget, then you can actually then add to your own promotions. So that one's got quite a twofold benefit. The final benefit we're looking at is that Red Devil can actually use the concession to test one of their new products. And through testing their new products, then they can actually get immediate customer feedback, because they can do that in terms of their sales, in terms of being there for maybe a temporary amount of time. Usually they are long-term presence, a concession is. But with a concession you do have lower business commitments, because of you don't have rent, you don't have full-time staff or less staff. Those are the things that they would consider a benefit for them to help them raise sales and market share. And yes, again, you're going to need the high value connectives to put your developed sentences together. Well, you've now completed your response to the 6-mark question. Actually, we've got a single point and the 6 mark. We've got 7 points to earn in this particular piece of revision. And you can see that we have got our 2 building blocks, which are very, very similar to what we've been looking at before. We've looked at the basic answer, the identify the suitable reason. That's our first green step. And then to earn the extra points, we're looking at clear explanations and development. That's our purple step. These building blocks together get you into the silver blocks right at the top, and you can wave the flag of success. So remember, for this question, it's 2 parts. It's 2 marks for the definition and a clear, basic description of concession, and then the final 4 marks for that purple clear development, clear description.